Well, welcome back to the channel. If you're following along, you know I got this stove for a couple old lawnmowers that I picked up for scrap. And she's a little rough, but we're going to get her done. I think it's time to start the disassembly. The first thing I'm going to do is get these 4 burners out of here so I can take them inside to my workshop and get them in out of the weather. Now I've had this covered up, but the people have had it before me. They just left it set in the rain. So we'll get these off. There ain't much to it. One little bolt there you want to do, and they just pop right off that fuel rail. So we'll get started on her. And now the real fun begins. Getting these old wicks out of here. I'll show you here. This side has a hook on it, and that hooks over the pipe that carries your kerosene, and this fits over a hole in that pipe, and the clamp clamps that tight. And then it gravity feeds and pushes up through there. But yeah, it's going to be fun getting these wicks out because they left this thing out in the weather. And I do a combination of things: pliers to pull on it, take an old knife that I don't want no more, and go around inside and outside. Got some picks that I get in there, and hooks and stuff I get in there and dig with. They can be a real pain. Sometimes you can just put them in an old pot of boiling water and that'll help. And just patience is the only thing that helps, really. You just got to be very patient. Don't bend them up, and get that all dug out of there, and then clean these up to set the new wicks in. Well, I'm down here picking around at this first burner. She's tight the whole way around. And what happens is there's metal. I'll have to show you a new wick. There's metal down in there that holds that. And it rusts and corrodes because they left this one out in the rain. So I've been like putting some PB blaster down in there and picking around at this thing. And I'll probably have the whole stove restored before I get these burners. Get the wicks out of all 4 burners, because they're in there. But patience is the key. I mean, it's going to take a while, and just have to be patient. Now this is what a new wick looks like, and this metal is the wick carrier, and the teeth on the gear of the riser falls into these holes, and it'll raise it up and down. But that's what's all corroded and everything, so I'll have to try and patiently get that out. Well, as you can see, it's a slow, tedious process trying to dig that out. Been putting some PB blaster down in there, taking like these little hook picks and stuff and digging in there. A little pair of pliers I got here to pull them fibers out. You just got to break it all up and get it out of there without damaging the burner. Patience, like I said, patience. But we'll keep at it. Well, got her dug out down past the lip there. A lot of that old fiber's up out of there. Changing up a little bit, putting some automatic transmission fluid in there to see if that'll loosen up the metal wick carrier to where I can get that up out of there. Once we do that, we'll polish this thing all up and get her nice and get a new wick in it. Well, I think I figured out the secret to getting this out. Use that transmission fluid. Automatic transmission fluid, let that soak real good. Because that will take that other and all out. Let me see here. I'll show you. Just use that little pick. Able to reach down in there and just break it all up and pull all that old wick out. So I got this one soaking. I'll leave it go for a day or 2. And then I'll yank that one out. And then I'll have, got 2 done, 2 to go. So we'll get out of here and put a little more fluid on this one, let it soak, and we'll get her apart. progress. Well, I think you get the gist of all this, that getting them wicks out of there. Now this one is cleaned out. Now it's ready to be cleaned with some degreaser, a little warm soap and water. And I'll blow some air down in there, make sure I got everything out of this thing before putting a new wick down in it. And I think we're going to end this video here. Make this the first part of working on that stove. And you could polish all this brass up if you want to. I don't think I'm going on this stove. And the next video we'll get into disassembling the main stove body and get that apart and start getting some of the metal straightened and repaired and ready for painting. It's going to be a little while, so be patient, and we'll get this all repaired, restored, and back together and working. Hey, don't let anybody steal your joy. We'll see you out here in the next one. Be safe.